Houston, Texas, it's time for a little market update. We have seen a crazy shift in the market here. And since last time we did an update, I want to let you know what's going on in the greater Houston area. No matter where you live at, if you're in the Woodlands, you're in Katy, you're in Siena, you're in Pearland, Friendswood, it doesn't matter. We're including you all in here, one big family, Houston metro area. We've seen a shift in the market, but nothing crazy overall if we look historically in the fact that we are now in a much more stabilized, balanced market, and that's the way we like it. We don't want to be crazy and writing offers all the time over and losing our minds. We want to be normal. So here's where we're at. The actives, which is the amount of homes that are still sitting on the market, has actually increased. We're at 34,000 when we're filming this, 458, which is a 31% increase year over year, which means a lot more homes are going in the market. Sellers, pay attention. If you're thinking about selling, you might want to get in the game before the inventory continues to increase. Check out this slide that shows how much that inventory has increased month over month. Secondly, what's our average days on market? We went from 27 days on market, this is for all of Greater Houston, to now at 31, which is pretty normal. It's been throughout this pandemic. Now, sales are actually dropped pretty dramatically, 16% year over year, which means we're doing less transactions and we're seeing more homes on the market. So it means there's less buyers buying houses, less buyer demand. So buyers, wake up. It's time for you to get up there, get in the game. Did a video on that earlier that shows you why you need to get in the game, because the inventory is there and there's less competition, which gives those buyers a chance. Sellers means you also got to be a little bit more careful when you're marketing to make sure you market the right way. But here's the great part right here. I love to tell you this. Prices are 35% over where they were 5 years ago. Hopefully you're not sitting there and you're like, I was gonna buy a house 5 years ago, but I didn't. Well, guess what? It's up 35%. That means over 5 years ago, the average price in Greater Houston was under $300,000. Now we're sitting at a whopping $411,000 average sales price for homes here in Houston. So what does that tell us? It tells us lots of things, but here's a couple summaries. Number one, we're actually still in a seller's market. I did a video here where you can learn what is a seller's market, but it is a seller's market. It's still a great advantage for you as a seller. And from the data that we can see, the prices are probably gonna still hold because there's still not enough inventory for the amount of buyers that are trying to purchase. So sellers, it is a great, and here's the crazy part. It's maybe the first time I've seen where it's actually a great time to sell and a great time to buy, because as a seller, you're still getting a great price. If you knew what your price was in 2019 and where it's at now, you would take that all day long. But buyers, there's more inventory coming in the market, so you're not having to do crazy stuff like you were even just 9 months ago. So how do we actually measure that if we're seller's market? It's the active listings, the days on markets, the showings, and we're seeing showings drop. Although month to month it hasn't been that much of a difference, but if we look year over year, average amount of showings per listing was about 12 per week. Now we're probably two to 3 per week is the average amount of showings. And then here's the big question I get. Where are people in the greater Houston area moving to? The reality is they're actually moving to all these master plan communities. If you go to the website howmoneywalks.com, you can actually see from migration how much tax dollars are leaving and being gained from different cities. For instance, Harris County in the state of Texas has lost the most amount of tax revenue by people moving out of the city and into the burbs. And you want to know the two counties that are gaining the most benefit from that? Fort Bend County and Montgomery County. That's where people are moving to. So to understand all that, you got to understand, here's another great thing, is that in the US, Houston metro area, not Harris County, Houston metro area is the fastest growing metro area in the last 2 years. That's a great props to you, Houston, way to go. But no one really wants to live in the city. Why? Because they want to move out. They want to have more space. They want to have more land. What's the hottest selling home right now? It's the home that's got some space. It's got a pool. It's got an outdoor kitchen. So if you're thinking about maybe I might sell in 5 years and that might be something I want to enjoy, go ahead, invest in it, and it's probably going to still continue to do well. Summary is For the first time in a long time, it's a great time to buy and sell. Houston's doing great. We're going to continue to do great. And we'll catch you next time on the Houston Market Update.